Today we're checking out Epic Universe, the newest theme park here in Orlando. It's got lands devoted to Harry Potter, Dark Universe, How to Train Your Dragon, and of course, the one we're really looking forward to, Super Mario World. There's 6 of us here today, the full family, plus my dad is with us, and we managed to see everything we wanted, all but one of the rides. So, I'll give all of our rankings and our favorites and all that stuff. We'll put that at the end of the video. Entering the park, the first land you come to is the Central Celestial Park. It's made to be this sort of spacey central hub surrounded by portals that take you into these other worlds. In here, though, there's 2 of the 11 rides at the park, the Carousel and Stardust Racers. Plus the spot where the fountain show takes place at the end of the night. We'll get to Stardust Racers later, which, by the way, might be one of the best roller coasters I've ever been on, but we had to go see Mario World first.
Hey, here we go. Oh yeah.
It's the star. Wow.
As with each of these worlds, you enter through a portal. This one is a warp pipe escalator that dumps you into Peach's castle, and walking out into the land is pretty incredible. I've seen pictures and videos of this place, but I'm not sure I can really describe just how well done the theming is here. Best way to describe it, a bit of an old reference, but I recently watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and if you remember, which probably you don't, there's a scene where he leaves dingy old L.A., Los Angeles, and enters into Toontown. He goes this drab Los Angeles into a bright, like, sensory overload cartoon land. That's what came to mind when I first walked out of that pipe into Mario Land. And at first sight, they did like an incredible job with this. And spoilers for what's ahead. Every one of these worlds has that same wow to it.
It's crazy. Look how cool it is.
See its door.
Is there wristbands?
Yeah, if you're paying with card, I can help you guys out. Okay.
Similar to the Harry Potter lands, which has this wand that you can buy, and you can do a bunch of interactive things sprinkled around the area. They've got this wristband here, which you can use all over Mario Land. Punching blocks for coins, syncing along with like the Mario Kart ride, and collecting keys for this separate Bowser Jr. mini game. And it's all within the app. All this is recorded with achievements, punching all the blocks, looking through the binoculars. There's a big map on there. Pretty neat system. There's a few different kinds to pick from. Peach is, of course, River's choice. I'm pretty sure everyone in the park was here in Mario Land, and ride times were pretty insane here at the start of the day. In fact, ride times all over the park were pretty crazy. We knew it'd be like this coming in. Of course, this place hasn't even been open a year yet, so we planned accordingly. Anytime you see a low ride time, you kind of have to jump on it, bouncing around throughout the park. And while Mario Land was swarming with the early entry folks, we made our way over to Dark Universe, stopping off at the Carousel first for our first ride of the day. We'll be back to Mario soon, but we just needed to let that park open first stop Mario folks filter through there a bit. The carousel was actually pretty good. It's not your typical carousel. It spins all different ways. Probably looks really cool at night. It's got this sort of space theme. Anyway, it was time for our first real ride.
Here's Dark Universe.
Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment. Entering through the Dark Universe portal, again, wow. They did a really good job blocking out the eye lines throughout the world, so you're really immersed in the land that you're in. This is kind of a Disney thing where they block everything out, and they did it here. After seeing this classic Monsterland, it made me wish there was like a full Halloween-themed theme park. That'd be great. While Mario was really cool, I think I like the theming of this land even more, like the dark castle look and the old monster theming town. Even the bathrooms were well themed. The black toilets, dark walls, all fitting this Dark Universe theme. In fact, bathrooms all over the park all had sort of a theme with each land that they were in.
This is the first real ride. Looks cool.
This ride takes you into Frankenstein's castle, again with incredible theming. There was a pretty quick 20-minute wait, but there was always cool stuff to look at.
I sense fear in your hearts. You are right. Don't be afraid. Darkness lies ahead.
Today, you chosen few will witness.
Friends.
See? There's nothing to be afraid of. He is amazing. Better than the original. He is the key to our most exciting experiment.
This was a sit on a bench and get swung around kind of a ride, similar to Hogwarts at the other Universal Park, if you're familiar with that one. Almost completely practical effects, very little screens on this one, which I appreciate. The VR and like screen style rides, I'm not as big of a fan on. And this one continued that Frankenstein, Dracula, spooky story theme. Really good ride. One of the, a great one to officially start the day.
Is it spooky?
We got a good fix of Spooky Land here and made our way back over to Mario World. The area had cleared up a bit, and we were able to put the wristband to the test, smacking every block we found and trying to collect keys. Only River had the band, but all 6 of us could actually help play the mini games, and some of them were actually kind of challenging. We're waiting in line for this piranha plant one, and everyone was like failing at it. Basically, the clocks light up, and you got to smack them.
Hey, we got it! Hey! Hey, tap your wrist. Yay!
We all split up. River started it, and we won. Key acquired. Pretty neat how much variety and how interactive the world is with the wristband. There's quite a bit more than I thought coming in. Definitely more to it than the wands in Harry Potter Land. It was time for Mario Kart. The queue has you entering into Bowser's Castle. By the way, we're all pretty big Mario Kart fans. I had the first one on Super Nintendo, and I'm pretty sure we've owned every one of them through the years. I'm pretty sure anyone born in the 80s is quite familiar with everything Mario. And as a family, we've played a ton of Mario Party, Mario Kart, 3D World, even Mario Golf. So while probably not as cool for my dad, the rest of us love this.
Do I get to be in the front? Probably not. This probably just comes down.
4 people sit into a cart with a headset, and as the ride slowly moves through the course, there's basically a game of Mario Kart playing through your visor. You turn the steering wheel whenever it tells you to, and you throw turtle shells and collect coins. Again, I'll give our ratings for our favorite rides at the end, but this one was the most controversial. River and my dad, they loved it. The rest of us, not so thrilled about it. Christy put it as her least favorite ride of the day. The atmosphere, however, was incredible, and the ride fell a little flat, I think, to most of us.
Did you like that one? That one was fun. Exit through the gift shop.
We got 3 keys. That's what we needed to take down Bowser Jr. so we can head over into the separate area. A group of 6 can do this, just 1 wristband needed. And as you walk in, you get a little tutorial.
Up ahead is your final showdown with Bowser Jr. When bob-ombs are tossed at you, use your arms to swat them away. Got it? Swat bob-ombs away. When bullet bills fly toward you, duck to dodge them.
Then you head into a room with a big screen, and your silhouettes are projected onto it. And you got to duck and smack away bombs, taking out poor Bowser Jr. Again, this section is all solely with the wristband. You can't do this. You don't have wristband, can't do this area. You got to go around collecting the keys throughout the park, and then you get to go into this little zone. The last ride in this land, not including Donkey Kong Land, is around the corner, Yoshi. Yoshi it's a little kid ride. Nothing to it, more than just like a train ride around the land. You're supposed to hunt for eggs as you're moving around, but I just spent the whole time just checking out the park because it gives you a good vantage point to see everything down below in Mario Land. Kind of boring, but little kids probably like it.
So far we've done Mario Kart, the monster one, and the carousel, and now Yoshi. Which one's your favorite so far?
The Mario one. The Mario Kart.
Mario Kart?
By now, we were getting pretty hungry, so we headed over into the Toadstool Cafe. Every one of these lands, of course, has their own themed restaurants, and this one has some pretty good-looking, creative food in it. I actually had my eyes over on the tavern in Dark Universe, but the stuff here in Mario Land's kind of hard to pass up. Here is the Bowser's Challenge Meatball and the massive Princess Peach cake. It says this cake feeds 4. You could probably feed 8 people out of this cake. And we paid for it. It was not a cheap cake. Time for a little Mario break. Man, it's sensory overload in here. So we hopped back into the Central Celestial Park, and we went to Stardust Racers.
Okay, River, we're about 5.5 hours in. How was your day at Universal?
Oh, good.
You like it so
I
far?
like it.
And we've only made it to 2 of the places. We still have to go to How to Train Your Dragon Land and Harry Potter. We haven't been to either one of those. So we have a lot of stuff ahead of us. You know, make it 12 hours today? Okay.
This ride's really cool to look at, even cooler at night. But there's 2 coasters running the same time, spinning and weaving between each other. I don't want to spoil our rankings at the end, but I think this might be the best roller coaster I've ever been on. It was intense. I'm not sure I could handle it more than once a day, but man, it was great. River's 9, and she handled it well. She didn't like it, but she did it.
Donkey Kong Country. Look at all those people.
Okay, one last trek into Mario Land. We're halfway through the day, and we still got 2 more lands to explore. But we had hit Minecart Madness in Donkey Kong Land. This is an extension behind Mario World, all jungly and Donkey Kong themed. The wristband still works in here, both Donkey Kong and Mario side. These little hidden spots that you can light up with the band and collect coins and all that. Minecart Madness had the longest line of the day, and as the name implies, you hop into a minecart, and in Donkey Kong fashion, it starts you off by blasting you through a cannon. Another great roller coaster. We all like this one quite a bit. And again, theming back here is so good.
Back to the real world.
Farewell, Mario. It's time to head over to the island of Berk from How to Train Your Dragon. Vikings and dragons is a theme here if you've never seen the movie. And what comes to mind with Vikings and dragons? Well, chocolate dragon eggs, of course.
Oh, they look cooler in the display.
Hers looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, good pressure.
Wow.
Is it empty? It's all hollow inside.
So they were a bit of a letdown. Looked way cooler in the case.
Okay, River, we're 6 rides in. Which one is your favorite? Which one's your favorite so far?
The Mario one. The Mario Kart.
Mario Kart is your favorite?
Scary one.
Mine's, yeah. That one or the Stardust Racers.
There's 3 rides over on this side. There's Dragon Racers Rally, Hiccup's Wing Gliders, and the water ride Fire Drill. Fire Drill was closed down this week for maintenance, which is fine. It was pretty cool outside today, so we would have skipped it anyway. Hiccup's Wing Gliders, which I really wanted to ride, had been marked delayed all day, and I wasn't sure we were going to make it. Spoilers, we did later on. But we are here right now for Dragon Racers Rally. By the way, again, wow, I was probably the least excited about going into this area, but it was super well done. Really cool looking lands. And on this side, on this ride, you spin around pretty high, and you got these wings, which you can move to get you spinning around, around and around if you want. Some people are going nuts, spinning like crazy, but I guess we're all kind of boring because we kept them pretty steady and just flew straight. River got a little bit of rocking going on. I was trying to be very careful not to spin, as a matter of fact. It was a quick ride, like 2 spins around and you were done. Super quick ride. Well, as we were here, we picked up the PB&J Mac and Cheese cone while in this land. That doesn't sound good, but it is good. We woofed it down so fast I didn't get a video out of it, but here's a picture. PB&J, by the way, is pork, bacon, and jam. It was very tasty.
All right, the final world, Harry Potter.
We had one more land to see, and very importantly, the Harry Potter ride. This is a mishmash of Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts. This is like a 1920s Paris is sort of the idea here, and there's some magic sprinkled in here, but the ride is all Harry Potter. It's set in the Ministry of Magic. There's a couple shows here at Epic Universe. There's one in How to Train Your Dragon Land that's supposed to be really good, but we missed the last show. So we stopped in here for the Harry Potter one. It's set up in like this circus tent called Cirque d'Arcanu. It was, an old-timey theme park show, like circus-style stuff with a flair of Fantastic Beasts magic. No recording allowed in here, sadly. You could go in some of the stores here in Paris, and they're mostly the same thing over and over again, just Harry Potter merchandise, and there was a Harry Potter candy shop. We finally made our way back into the Harry Potter ride, and it was quite an entrance.
Welcome to the Ministry of Magic. Wow.
Oh, wow, this is cool.
People are coming in.
You walk through a fireplace in a puff of green smoke, and you're in the Ministry of Magic. Again, wow. This one is a screen-heavy ride, and you're both you're sitting in a booth getting flung around a bit. It's pretty fun. The star of this ride is certainly the atmosphere. Super cool being able to walk through the Ministry of Magic like this. We thought we were done, but with about 45 minutes until the park closed, Hiccup's Wing Gliders finally opened up over in How to Train Your Dragon Land, so we hoofed it over there. The park is even prettier at night. I wanted to pop in and get a look at Mario World, and especially Dark Universe, because it seemed like the perfect place to be at nights, but we were very glad to not miss this ride. And it was an excellent roller coaster. In fact, it was a few in the group's favorite ride. Stardust Racers is so fun, but we're not going to handle that one once because it's so intense. This one I would happily ride over and over again.
Oh, we're riding Toothless.
Oh, yeah?
10 minutes before close, the fountain show begins, but we were only able to catch the very end of it because we were in Hiccup's Wing Gliders. The shops in the main area stay open an hour after close, so after we spent the last bits of our day in there, making sure not to buy anything we needed throughout the day. You know, we figure we can pick up any souvenirs we needed now.
Wow. Look at this guy.
And that brings our 12-and-a-half-hour day at Epic Universe to a close. 12,000 steps and exhausted, but a really fun day. All right, now here is our rankings from best to worst. Overall, Hiccup's Wing Gliders takes first place, followed by Stardust Racers, Minecart Madness, and Monsters Unchained. All four of those are really good rides, and I think some of the best of all three of the Universal parks here in Florida. Minecart, Harry Potter, and Dragon Racers rally in the middle of the pack, with the Carousel and Yoshi hanging out in the bottom of the list. Of course, I mentioned the pros, the good rides, the great theming, but the cons, it's just got to be the crowds and the wait times. Obviously, the park's pretty new still. It hasn't even been open a year, and so there's going to be long lines, and it's going to be that way for a while. I feel like a few more rides, just even simple ones in each region would make a big difference, maybe helping spread the crowd around a bit. Minecart Madness, at one point we were there, hit 180 minutes. I cannot imagine waiting 3 hours for a ride. Mario feels very complete. Wristbands really helping fill out the zone in every corner of it. Harry Potter, on the other side, it felt a bit empty. I mean, it looks amazing seeing the old buildings in Paris and that whole thing, but it just feels like empty facades. Kind of like a little bit of a ghost town feel to it, because there's nothing really there. But it looks neat, but you're just sort of walking through an empty street. Having said all that, we went to the other two Universal parks last year, both in the same day with the double park pass. And we managed just barely made it through all the rides that we wanted while we were there, covering both parks. Plus, we did the Hogwarts Express, covering both parks. This one park felt almost as full as those two combined. And I could easily see spending 2 days just at this park. You could spend 1 day over at Dark Universe and Mario, and the next day over at the other side of the park. Of all the theme parks we've been to, we seem to really like... We pretty much agree that ones we really like are the ones that are themed well. Rides are kind of a secondary thing. So Epcot, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, those are our favorites. And I think it's safe to say Epic Universe fits into that favorites list now. Thanks for watching.